We're at the Instant Name Here show. You're watching Ken, and we have another special guest with us, Mike. Say hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Very nice, very nice. Well, how are you enjoying all this so far, Mike?
I'm enjoying it quite a bit, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've had the chance to walk around a little bit, and I'm kind of impressed with how big a city it is. I had no idea Melbourne was as huge as it is.
Especially for a little guy like me as well, it's extra big.
Does it seem bigger?
It seems bigger. The world is a lot bigger for us. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about how you got into the world of comic books. You're obviously a very well-known and highly regarded illustrator.
Well, thank you.
Is this what you always wanted to do when you were growing up? Were you always drawing, reading books, and...
I pretty much always read comic books, but I didn't really realise I was going to have to get a job until I was about 13 or 14. And it just seemed obvious that comic books were the way to go. I had no idea how I was going to get into comic books, especially living in England, and I wanted to draw American books, but people like Brian Bolland and Dave Gibbons
paved the way for people.
Yeah. So it turned out to be much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, well, that's a little secret that we don't want people to know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, did you receive any formal training? What was your...
Yeah, I went to art college.
Yeah?
Not smart college.
Art college, not smart college.
Yeah. You know, I got a degree. Didn't do me any good, really, as far as comics are concerned. But it was.
So was it just a matter of looking at what you saw and then trying to copy that, or did you have any inspiration, or what were the sort of things that you grew up reading?
I grew up reading. Well, there were kind of American comics when I could get my hands on them, which were kind of few and far between, and the British reprints of Marvel comics. So you had like Jack Kirby and John Buscema, people like that. And
Legends.
And then 2000 AD came along when I was, I guess, 12 years old, something like that. And
is that something a 12-year-old should be reading, 2000 AD?
Back then it was awful, because there were just stories of kind of rampaging players and T-Rexes kind of biting people in half.
Well, I think you turned out pretty well being a 12-year-old who read stories about polar bears.
I can't take any credit for how it turned out.
So how did you actually get your foot into the door? What was the first professional published piece, thing that you did?
In comic books?
Yeah, in comic books.
It was an issue of Justice League. I'm not sure if it was international or America at that point, but it was...
That's a pretty big, for a relative nobody at the time to
get to... complete nobody. No relatively involved.
Wow. Well, you just gone from step to step. You've drawn Justice League, you've drawn Teen Titans, you've now... the things you're doing at Marvel now, can you talk a little bit about what you're currently involved with?
Well, it's actually, I'm in DC right now. I do a few things here and there for Marvel, but more for their kind of advertising.
Okay.
But I'm drawing Justice League United for DC, which was Justice League Canada. They've changed the name, but not the location. And that should, I think the first issue's out next week or the week after.
Okay, so that's something we're going to look forward to.
Hopefully.
Are there any particular characters that you do like drawing? Any ones that you particularly enjoy?
I like drawing the kind of monster characters.
Monster characters.
Those characters like Devil Dinosaur or Fin Fang Foom, or just the kind of characters like Thing and the whole.
Nice.
I enjoy those a lot more than the kind of blonde-haired, blue-eyed superheroes.
Have you had any weird requests, for these convention sketches?
Not so much this weekend. Everyone's been kind of
really nothing unusual. No steampunk characters. I hear they're all arranged with the hipsters these days.
That's kind of unusual. But I've been asked to draw Captain Jack Sparrow on the chest of a cosplayer dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow in the past. So steampunk characters are odd.
I see. Well. That's good to know, I guess. So in future, we'll hit you up for some of those monsters.
All right. There you go. Thank you.
Well, where can we see your work upcoming? So you're on Justice League United now?
Yeah, the first issue I think is out in the next week or so, and I'm on book for the first 5 issues. So I'll be there until September, I guess.
Very good. Excellent.
Oh well, it's always a possibility.
It is going to be a possibility.
It's always a possibility.
Well, I guess you heard it here first. If Mike gets fired, we gave you all the scoop. Mikey, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thanks a lot.
And guys, keep watching the Instant Name Here show. We've got more stuff to come, so stay tuned.